I am Twilla, your friendly neighborhood pagan. Forgive the video quality. We promise to have some more professional looking things for you guys, but did not want to leave you guys waiting too long. Had some things happening. I had a child in the hospital, so there was a bit of a delay getting these things started. Sorry, this is Mississippi. We have mosquitoes. So today, I want to teach you how to be a broke witch. I grew up in the 90s, and the 80s. We didn't have access to the internet, so it was all books, and we didn't have metaphysical shops down the road everywhere, in Alabama at least. So we got what we could, and we used what we could. And everyone will tell you that substitutions are okay, and they are, but they will repeat something that just drives me insane, which is intent is all that matters. No, it's not. That's wishing on a star. When you wish upon a star, intent is all that matters. This is magic. This is not the same thing. It is a very complicated method of creating your reality or controlling your reality. Substitutions can be made, and they can be different for each person, but they do have to be considered. You can't just substitute anything with anything. And so I'm going to teach you, what to consider in your substitutions and how to find a substitution and things that can be used pretty much no matter what for most people. Everything varies. What works for most will not work for you, or might not work for you. But more than likely, the things I'll be teaching work for most people. And then I'm going to teach you what to do if you have practically nothing at your disposal. And then I'm going to teach you what to do if you have nothing at your disposal. And we're especially talking less about basic spell work and more about connecting with the elements, working with the elements. So, you need to be able to do magic in a desperate situation. That's usually what it's for. And sometimes those situations might mean that you are flat broke, or alone, or lost, or stuck in an apartment on the 13th floor. Sorry, on the 15th floor. I don't know why I jump to the number 13 all the time. So, or you might be in the middle of the woods, which is probably the best place, honestly. In this case, we pretty much are talking about basic spell work, because we're going to talk about the substitutions first. So, let's see. Incense. There are some incense, and that can be used in most situations. Let's say you're trying to magic up a romantic situation for yourself. You probably don't want to use mint or I don't know. One of my favorites is black orchid, but it doesn't smell very romantic. Cinnamon. Cinnamon is a good substitution for anything like that. And let's say you want money. You don't really want anything that smells romantic. And a lot of people are using cinnamon incense and cinnamon for money, which I guess, but from my experience and in the past, cinnamon tends to draw up more of a passion, So if it works for you, it works for you. But what I just happen to have on hand, this was actually made locally. This is Mother Earth, which is just a very natural earthy smell, and that kind of just smells like magic. And that's the thing, if it smells like magic, just magic, then it can be used for anything. But if it reminds you of certain things, if it makes you think of money or love or lust, those are the things you want to use it for, and you don't really want to substitute it for anything else. But that's okay, because if this is all you have, I do have myrrh as well. Oh no, I'm out of myrrh. No, I think I just dropped them all on the ground. Okay, so I do have myrrh as well. I feel like myrrh works for most things. To me, it smells like meditation to me. It's what myrrh smells like. But if it reminds you of anything, which it kind of does now, it could distract you. Because the whole point here of all of these things is to focus your mind on what you're doing, is to be 100% in the moment, in the essence of what you were trying to manifest. So you don't want anything that's going to pull you out of that. So even if it works for someone else and they're like, absolutely do this, use this. If you have something in your past, or a person or an event just connected to that, it always brings up a certain event, then that's not what you really want to use, no matter what they say. Because this is your mind we're talking about. No matter what anybody says, the placement of the stars, and you have to do this and that and the other thing very specifically, or it's never going to happen. That's not how magic works. The reason that we have things that we have been doing for thousands of years that are passed on is because these are the things that work with 99.9% of humans. These are the things that just naturally come up. It's how our brains work. It's how we're built. It's in our DNA. It's in our biology to react a certain way to certain things. Same way the color red causes people to act impulsively, and the color blue causes people to act responsibly. Does it work for every single person in the world? No, but most people. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is why certain advertisements will have blue if it's for a bank account or insurance, and then red if it's for something fun or food or, any of the base needs that you just want to dive into. So anyway, all that aside, basically, this is psychology. It's self-psychology. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really getting eaten up by mosquitoes. So professional. We have more professional people that are going to do videos for us. Don't worry. More people are coming. It's not just me. All the people you saw in the video, and then some in the introduction video. So, tools. A chalice for your water or for your wine. I have a cup. It's a cup. All right. Let's move this over here. So, this I mostly just brought to show you guys. I love this. But if you're a broke witch, this is a good thing to have. This is a bone. I have some others hanging up, but I found a deer skeleton by the railroad tracks and said a little prayer, harvest the guy. And this is its jawbone, one of its jawbones. And I had this for a very long time, and I thought it was pretty, and I didn't want to get rid of it, even though the handle broke. And so I have attached. It was very easy to do, too. You wouldn't believe how easy this was to make, but it's fantastic. So this is my newest ritual knife here, so I brought it with me. North is actually that way, but this is just example, so it's fine. So if you don't have any tools, but you do have access to things to substitute, I did not bring a candle for good reason. So let's say we don't have a candle. You have a cup from your kitchen. This is actually what I use as a chalice on a regular basis, sanctified and all that. But you can just get a solo cup. Grab a solo cup, it's fine. And put water in the solo cup. Surely you can come up with excess water. If you can't, we've got you covered there too. Give me a minute. So, earth. Pick up a rock. Pick up a handful of dirt. A nut. Anything really that grows. Earth. Air, or not air. I'm sorry, you're going there. You're not air. There we go. Fire. Don't have any candles, but if you have some old candle wax, a couple of sticks, some paper, some crap your ex left behind, stick it in here, melt candle wax on it, set it on fire. Do this if you're indoors. Please keep it very, very small. It's going to be a lot of smoke when it goes out, but it will burn for quite a while. Fire. We talked about incense substitutes, but say you don't have any incense. Well, you still need something for air, and we usually use scent and smell for that. An old bottle of perfume that makes you feel powerful could work. Or if you're working with money, Peppermint. All these are empty. So you've got some empty bottles. So when I call the elements, when I call out for wind, there we go. Teacher role for health, but really when you're calling the elements, it doesn't really matter what you're about to do. All you're wanting to do is think about the smell. And we're going to talk about what to do if you don't have anything. We'll get to that. Goodness, mosquitoes. Okay, I'm putting this little bad boy back up. So, when you're calling the elements, holding on to these things, smelling the incense, feeling the fire, and touching the water. And I like to just kind of remind myself who I am. A little, those things just help us connect with the elements. Visualization is the biggest thing here. This is the important part. These just help. So when you're calling, I'll tell you how I do it. Everybody does it a little bit differently. And I don't care if you're Wiccan, it doesn't matter. You're witch, you're witch. So I'm going to pretend to face north. I'm not going to do it. So when I call the elements, what I have is very helpful to me. But even the words you say should be able to draw up the idea of these things. So when you're calling earth, think about the feeling of your feet on the ground, or what it feels like to run your fingers through the grass. Think of your favorite tree out in the yard, or the last time you went camping. Think about the soil, gardening. And this is the important part, and this is what matters when you don't have anything. The earth is everywhere, okay? It's not out there. So let's say you're stuck in a little bitty apartment and you don't have any grass, you don't have any soil, you don't have any potted plants. You still have earth. The earth is literally within the bones in your body. There's calcium. Your bones are stone, in a way, but they are earth. They grew from the earth. You grew from the earth. So you can connect with the earth and remember that the earth is already within you. You don't need the stone. You don't need the nut. You don't need the plants. It's already here. So, I call to the guardians of the watchtowers of the north, of the earth, and the bones within my body. I summon thee. Air. So what do we have within us that is air? Well, one, we have the air within our lungs, the ability to pull in and move the air around us. But we also have our intellect. Your intelligence is what matters here. So when you call to the air, just think about the feeling of the wind on your skin, blowing through your hair. Last time you were in a convertible, or, I don't know, skydiving, if you do that. But if you're a broke bitch, probably not. Broke witch, if you're a broke witch, probably not. But any kind of scent will work. But again, we're working with nothing but our bodies right now. So think about your intelligence, your ability to reason, and breathe in deep and feel the power of the air, of the east, and of your intellect. So I call to the guardians of the watchtowers of the east, of the air, and of my own intellect. I summon thee. Now, fire. What do we have that's fire? We have our own spirit, our drive, our energy, our passion within us. That's all you need. So, I don't know what that was, but it attacked me. Saw that. Pressing charges. All right. Call to the guardians of the watchtowers of the south, of the fire, and of the spirit that burns within me. I summon thee. And imagine the burning sun, the heat that burns inside you. Now, last one, water. Water is everywhere. Water is all in you, but the most liquidy thing we have is our blood. So, but I do like to think of the gentle rain, or a thunderstorm, or the ocean, or river, the creek. Call to the guardians, the watchtowers of the west, of the water, and of the blood within my body. I summon thee. Your wording can be whatever. And the wording is only for your benefit. What you're calling to has no ears. It cannot hear you, not your voice, not your spoken voice. But it can hear you, but it hears what's inside. You're connecting with it. You're becoming the ocean, or the air, or the sun, or the flame, or the earth itself. Like drawing on like. You are the universe, okay? We are all the entire universe. We're all connected. We're all made of the same stuff. We just have delusions of individuality. So remember being the earth. Remember being the air and the water and the fire. That's how you connect. So all these things are useful, but they're not necessary. And if it's, until you're comfortable, use them. Use them as much as you can, as much as you want for the rest of your life if you like. But try to remember that they are not absolutely necessary. You are going to be okay. You are going to be able to do this without any of these things. And the more you use these things, the more you get used to this, the easier it will become to do it without them. Just try not to get dependent. Try to remember that all of these serve a purpose to change what's in here and here. All these things just help guide us to where we need to be, to what our minds need to do. Now, I'm not going to teach you magic right now. It's going to take far too long. We'll touch on all sorts of things throughout these videos, but I just want you to understand, intent is not everything, but what's in here is. This is all that matters, not your intent, your ability to do magic, your ability to control your own mind, to feel what you need to feel. You have to control your own emotions, your own thoughts. This is why it takes so very long to learn to do magic. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions in the comments, it would be nice. We'd love that. We have a lot more things coming for you guys. I don't think I will have an in plate yet. I know this is starting out very unprofessional, guys. We're gonna build. We're gonna build up on this. We have so many things to show you, though. We have events. We hold events on a regular basis. Lots of bonfires and mead and various sorts of pagans. Lots of elders that are going to share many things with you. I think we've got a whole segment coming about shamanistic instruments. Not from me, from somebody a little more knowledgeable on that. We've got a lot. We've got a lot coming, and it's going to be wonderful, and it's going to be beautiful. We're going to have some live feeds. We're going to have all sorts of stuff. It's going to be fantastic. And hopefully we will get to let you guys in on some of those gatherings, some of those events in the future. Just kind of let you guys know what we do. We usually only gather for the Sabbaths, but we're changing it. We're trying to get together more. It's a lot of fun, and we would love to have you guys there with us. So if you enjoyed the video or you found it useful and helpful, like, subscribe, help us out, because we're trying to build this up so we can just inform the world.